folks? Hey, superstars. Hey, this is Wesley, billion-dollar virgin here. Hey, welcome to another Sunday mindset message here. It's approximately 3:26 p.m. on Sunday here in Houston, and it's raining out here. And I didn't think, and listen, I didn't forget about you. I know this is a little bit later here. Happy Father's Day, by the way. Spend some time with the kiddos for Father's Day, but I didn't forget about my obligation with you. And real quickly, and I promise you this is going to be a short message for you folks, but I want to talk about life is about solving problems, okay? Life is about solving problems. And if it's nothing, of all the episodes and all the rants that I've done over the years, if there's one thing that I want all of you to really get and understand and realize is this, is that life itself is about solving problems. It's not about success. It's not about making millions of dollars. Life is not about happiness. Life is not about being in love. Life is about solving problems. And by solving problems, you'll get all those things that you want. Love, happiness, joy, money, wealth, right? So I want everybody to comment those words below, please. Life is about solving problems. And this really works and ties with Father's Day because this is a lesson that my father gave me inadvertently. I don't know. I don't think he intentionally gave me this lesson, but I got it at a very, very young age. And I'm going to tell you a quick story. Okay. And let's go back. Let's talk about my childhood. Let's talk about when I was about 17 or 18 years old. And I'll never forget this. There was a moment that whenever me and my brother would do something wrong or we needed to have a chat, we would always go to the kitchen table. It was always like that in our home. You got to go to the kitchen table. My father's there, my mother's there, I'm there, and they're talking to me, right? And my dad did all the talking. My mom just did the listening. And my dad was always, telling you, you got to do this and do that, and blah, 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 blah. It was always those, I guess, he's giving advice or he's explaining what happened, just to create some peace. But I remember, and I'll never forget this. I remember one day, because my dad, he would say, at that table, by the way, he would say, well, son, I don't want this to happen to you, and I don't want this to happen to you. And, because if you do this, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and that's going to happen. And, it felt like he just didn't want me to have any problems. And I remember for the first time, my dad, back in the day, he was you were afraid of my father. He was a very dominant man. He was fearless and he was scary at times. But for the first time in 18 years, I made a comment. I said, well, let me have the problems. I want to make mistakes. That's what I said. Okay? Because, growing up in my household, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't the best, but it was okay. The reason why it wasn't the best because, I don't know, it just felt like we couldn't do anything. We couldn't go out here and couldn't go to the movies here. I mean, everything was so restrictive. It kind of reminded me of the military, honestly. And I've been in the military. So, and I said, let me have the problems. Let me make the mistakes. Because my father, he would say, well, I don't want you to make these mistakes. I don't want you to have these same problems. I don't want you to make these same mistakes that I did, blah, blah, blah. And I said, let me make the mistakes and let me have the problems. And let me tell you something. That was a beautiful day for me. Because at that point, my father allowed me to to make my mistakes. I'll never forget, that's when me and my brother moved out and got my own apartment. I was ready to get out too. And my brother had to go as well, even though my brother, he didn't want to move out. He wasn't ready, but my dad forced him out. And that's when we started to live life on our own independently. And let me tell you something. In my 20s, I made a ton of mistakes. I made a ton of, I had a lot of challenges, and I made a lot of bad choices. However, I realized through that journey that life is about solving problems. That's how I got good at it, by the way. The reason why it was a blessing that happened, that interaction between me and my father was great, because for the first time I stood up and said, listen, give me the problems. Let me make the mistakes. I'll be fine. Because I felt that my father was putting me in a box. He didn't allow us to do anything and allow us just to go out there and make mistakes. He was trying to shield us. And I made a decision that I didn't want to be shielded. I wanted to go out here and I wanted to solve problems. And let me tell you something, I had a lot of problems. I had a lot of issues that I created, by the way. However, that was the greatest thing that I could have ever done. And that's what allowed me not only to, I became an engineer. That allowed me to travel the world, allowed me to make millions of dollars, allowed me to lead teams, even from an engineering standpoint, from a business standpoint, because I realized life is about solving problems. And I want you to understand that as well. That I understand that you want to avoid problems. Like all of you, I get it. No one, it's so funny how when we talk to individuals, you may say, well, Wesley, I don't want any more problems. I don't want any more issues. I just need peace. I want peace. Fuck peace. I hear people say, I want peace. But peace is an insipid life. It's a boring life. It's like a life that is not fulfilled. Now, I'm not saying that you need to create problems, but what I'm saying is you need to learn how to solve problems, life problems, money problems, health problems, relationship problems. It's hard. And let me tell you what's really hard about solving problems, even in life. It's the emotional aspect of it. It's not that we can't do it. It's just how we feel about certain things. I give you an example. You may have a boss, and your boss may be an a-hole. You might not like how your boss talks to you, but your boss gives you a paycheck. The boss gives you the ability to spend money and buy things. And you always have the option to do it yourself, but you chose to have a boss. And you may hate them. You may can't stand them. And you might say, it's hard working for this person. Well, it's not hard working for this person. The problem is how you're framing it. You've decided to allow how you feel about the interaction with the boss to affect you emotionally. That's it. Because the boss is successful, right? I mean, he has a business. And maybe you don't like him. Doesn't mean that he's not a great business person. Maybe how he does business, the way that he does business is the reason why he's successful. And maybe the employees, they don't like him, but you got to respect him. Okay. So, the point is you have to learn how to solve problems, but you solve problems through, write this down, everyone, emotional regulation. That's going to be the most difficult thing you will ever do in your life if you ever want to succeed at the level that you see other people succeed at. Everybody see how I succeed, and they see all the stuff, and they see what I do, and see how I am as a father, and every area of my life I do very well. Right? Not my words, other people's words. Not saying that I'm perfect. Obviously, everybody's not going to have good things to say about me, but a lot of them do. But emotional regulation, like if you want to succeed on a high level, you have to be able to manage your emotions. And that's very difficult. But let's talk about that for a second. Is everybody with? Let's talk about emotional regulation, because, they give you an example. You might be pissed at somebody about what they did. or what they said, and you upset. But what I want you to do is this, and I had to do this for myself, and I still do it till today. I have to ask myself, why am I so upset? Like, they didn't hit me. They didn't abuse me physically. Why am I so pissed? Why am I so upset? And let me tell you why. This is going to help you. This will help you make millions. What you are actually upset about when it comes to people, right? Because we're going to have to navigate this world, and we're going to have to talk to and interact with people for the rest of our lives. The reason why you're upset is because your thoughts about what they did to you, like whatever they said to you, your interpretation of what they said allowed you to feel certain emotions, or it doesn't align with what you believe. Like what that person said to you, they say, well, you're not good enough. And if you say, if that hurts your feelings, or if you feel, it's your interpretation of what they said. It's not about that they're actually hurting you. Now, this is going to get deep, okay? It's not that the person is hurting you. You may feel hurt, but you need to analyze that. Like, you got to analyze that pain. Like if somebody cheat on you, or if somebody fire you, or somebody don't accept you, or you got to analyze. You say, well, why am I hurting? And you could be hurting because you had different expectations of the person. Or maybe what they said, you framed it in a way, but that's not what they meant. Listen, what I'm sharing with you is this is how we solve problems, because we're not solving business problems or family problems or relationship problems. We're solving emotional problems. See, all of you, the reason, you might say, oh, I don't have enough money in my bank account because of this. I can't get ahead because of this. I'm fat because of this. I'm single because of this. No, you're having all these issues, right? All these physical, tangible issues. It's because of your inability to manage and to understand and to analyze your own personal emotions. Because if someone can make you feel a certain way for a very long time, now listen, we get it. Everybody's going to feel mad, sad, upset. But how long are you going to do that? And then what is going to be the decision after you decide to not be angry? When you decide not to be mad anymore, not to cry, not to be sad anymore. What is your decision after that? That what has to be analyzed if you want to play the game of life at a high level. Can I get an amen? Are you with me, folks? Okay. Are you with me? Can I get an amen if you're with me? Okay. Life is about solving emotional problems that are within you. One, no one can make you angry. We've heard that before over and over again. No one can make you mad. You allow people, or you allow yourself to be angry based on how you interpreted what was said, or their demeanor, or how they delivered information to you. Like me, I'm going to be very personal with you. Me, you can't talk to me a certain type of way. Like if you're talking to Wesley Virgin, like you can't raise your voice with me. You can't talk in a certain tone with me. You can't talk to me in the type of tone that I feel demean or I feel lower than. You can't speak to me. Now the question is why? Why can't people raise their voice and scream or holler or yell at me? Why don't I accept that? It goes back to the childhood. My father. He used to yell a lot. My father would have that tone that would make you feel a bit inferior. He had that tone that would make you feel this visceral response that you felt that you were insubordinate, like I couldn't do anything. Almost like, yeah, whatever he says is what goes, I guess. Right? Well, that's where it comes from. So now the question is, now I have to ask myself a question as I live as an adult. People that speak to me this way, should I accept them? Should I dominate them and shut them down? Or should I try to understand them? And what I've learned personally, just me, after being on this planet for a few years here, it's a case-by-case scenario. Some people, I will let them talk to me a certain way because, well, it doesn't affect me. And it doesn't affect me because I know what my outcome is with that person. Certain other people, they can't talk to me that way because I just don't tolerate it at all with that type of person. And I'm also thinking about the outcome with these people as well. See, what I've learned to do, I've learned to manage my emotions to the point that I analyze how I feel first before I respond. And I can do it quickly. Now, how do you do that? See, what I do is I think about the outcome. That's what I want you to think about. Like, obviously, you could talk to your manager a certain way, and maybe you can talk to your parents a certain way. Or maybe you can talk to your professor a certain way, and you can talk to your friend a certain way. Like, these interactions, there's going to be a case-by-case scenario because certain people can say certain things to you, and other people, they can't. And it's all your interpretation. It's how you interpret it, and it's how you feel about the person and your expectations about the person. Are you with me here? I know I'm going deep here. Is everybody with me? Hello? I need to see some comments below here. Are you on the same page here? I'm teaching you how to analyze and how to emotionally regulate yourself. Because some of you spend too much time harping on an emotion that is no longer valid. And it's only valid because you say it is. But how it affects your life, it doesn't matter. See, listen, let me explain it this way, because I think some of you are still confused. Think of life as a video game, okay? When you're playing a video game, when I played a video game back in the day, I can get mad sometimes, because I would lose. And, we hit the button and hit the reset button, pull out the controller. I was like that. I was like, man, and, I would cheat and I would antagonize my brother because I hate to lose. But remember, the game is a game, which means you can start again. And it's a game because what's important is, am I getting what I want? That's what's important. Which means I may have to manipulate the game a little bit to get what I want. I want to win. So what do I need to do to get the win? Maybe I need to distract my brother. So instead of being angry, let me be happy. Say, oh, man, you're doing good, man. You may win, but I don't know. I may come. Like, I can play with his mind a little bit. Now, stay with me a little bit. This is important. What I want all of you to understand is, when you're solving problems in life, it's a game. And the game is, am I getting my outcome? That's all that matters. Am I getting what I want? If you're sitting there sad, pissed off, angry, mad, whatever lower emotion that you're feeling, that means you're not getting what you want. So that means you're losing. Are you with me? You can scream at your boss, be mad at your boss sucks, whatever. Okay. Yeah, but now you're not getting a paycheck. Now your boss don't like you. Now you're gonna make your life a living hell. Maybe you're with your parents, maybe your parents are unfair. Oh, they did this and whatever, but you still lose because you're not thinking about the outcome. Like, the outcome is for you to get what you want. All of you got to understand this. And I'm sorry if I'm not explaining it to you perfectly here, but you got to remember, when you play the game of life, it's about the outcome. You have to ask yourself, like, what do I want from this situation? which means is, do I need to diminish my ego? Because see, the emotion is tied with the ego. It's always about the ego. Even I have it. And I have a big ego. But I got a big bank account to back it up. See, and listen, it's okay to have the ego, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you something. It's okay to say, oh, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. You don't know, I know what I'm talking about. But you need to back it up. That's important. I have people on the internet right now. They made different comments about my videos. They made different comments about my delivery. They made comments about everything about me on the internet. But I don't care. Why don't I care? I got the big bank account. Why would I address that? That person is having an emotional experience that doesn't serve them. So why would I even waste time? I don't. It's a fleeting moment. Some people, when they see negative comments on their videos, negative comments on their posts or whatever, negative comments from somebody's mouth, they're pissed. They're upset. They're angry. They're sad. But why? What's your outcome? You have to always think, listen, type these words below. What is my outcome with this person? What is my outcome with this job? What is my outcome with this class? What is my outcome with this person that's in my life, this relationship? What is my outcome with this? What is my outcome? When you ask yourself, what is your outcome? Then you ask yourself, okay, so if this is my outcome, what do I need to do now to ensure I get it? This is where emotional regulation comes in, ladies and gentlemen. And it's not easy. And let me tell you why it's not easy. Because see, when we feel something that's visceral, like we can feel it in our stomach, we can feel it in our chest, our heart, and our body. You just feel this visceral something that takes place. You ever heard of the word trigger? People get triggered. You ever say, well, don't trigger me, trigger me, trigger me, trigger me. Well, what they're saying is you're going to cause a visceral response that is happening inside of my body. But what I want you to understand, if you want to have any type of emotional intelligence, you have to ask yourself, what is that? And why is that happening? And does it need to continue to happen? And am I getting my outcome? This is why I'm so rich, and this is why I'm so loved on the internet. This is why people like me. This is the reason why I'm being very direct and honest with you, because I've learned how to manage my emotions, which means is what everybody says to me or says about me, it doesn't affect me like it may affect some of you. And you may say, well, why does it affect me? Because I put the meaning on what's happening in that conversation. Like I'm putting the meaning. If that person says something very negative and mean to me, and I say, well, I don't like that, but it can just stop right there. I don't like that. I'm not having a discussion anymore. I'm moving forward. Instead of saying, well, why would they say that? Why would they say that? Why are they acting this way? Why are they doing this? That's ineffective for you and the other person. It doesn't serve you. Are you with me? Okay? All of you want to be rich and successful. That's why most people listen to me. Or many of you like the way that I live, right? You like that I'm very assertive and I'm very confident, right? And I'm bold. And I don't care too much about people's feelings and their emotions and how they respond to me. And somebody say, I want to be like that because, some things hurt so bad when they say things about me, Wes. I want to be more strong and formidable and resilient. How do I get there? Easy. Analyze your emotions. Take a second and ask yourself, why am I so upset? And does it serve me? Many of you validate your emotions. Well, I'm upset because of this. Well, I'm sad because of this. I'm depressed because of this. Well, I'm stuck in my life right now because of this. Many of you validate and give yourself reasons on why you feel that way. But what you don't understand, listen, it may be true. It may be evident, but it doesn't serve you. You get it? Like it's not going to make your life better. I want all of you to understand, to learn to make decisions by solving problems to make your life better. You got to make it better, not worse. Many of you, you make your life worse because you have allowed other people to have indirect power over you based off your words. They made me say that. I can't believe they said that. That person pisses me off. Well, you're having that conversation. Many of you have this internal dialogue about your life, about your situation, about your challenges, about your past, about your future, about your parents, about your husband, about your kids, about your boss, your professor, about your pastor, about your manager. You're having these conversations internally inside yourself. And I want you to understand it doesn't serve you. And anything that doesn't serve you, you lose. Can I get an amen? Anything that doesn't serve you in life, even your thoughts, you lose. But it's not about avoiding problems and trying to get away from everybody that's negative or everybody that's like this. And, oh, I got to stay away from this person, stay away. Listen, yeah, some people you can avoid. That's no problem. But you can't live your life like that. Like you can't live your life like, oh, okay, I don't want any negative. I don't want any negative vibrations. I don't want nothing terrible to happen. Because what you don't realize, the challenge is in the negativity sometimes. The challenge is in the problem. Hello? Do you think rich people solve problems? Or you think they just get rich? Do you think millionaires solve problems better than average people do? As a matter of fact, millionaires solve emotional problems. When something doesn't work over and over again, and it's been years, and they're like, this is the day. It's not that they don't feel doubt or confusion or I'm tired of doing this. I want you to understand, it's not that we don't feel that, but we don't entertain it for a long period of time. We just don't do it. We tell ourselves the opposite. This is emotional regulation. If you get cheated on, man, if you get cheated on by your woman, say thank you, good, next. That's it. She lost out. Her loss, done. Someone calls you stupid and dumb and silly, or you're not going to make it, say thank you. I appreciate that. Just watch what happens, though. When someone tells you and criticizes you and say, why haven't you did this yet? And why haven't you did this? Just say, no problem. I got it. I'm on it. I'm going to do better. No problem. I'm on it. I'm going to do better. But many of you, you know what you do? And I'm just being honest with you, folks, because I'm rich and most of you are not. Many of you spend too much time explaining yourself. Well, I did this because this. But what I want you to understand, you're going to hate this, but no one gives a fuck of you explaining yourself to people, especially when you want to play life on a high level. I don't think anybody wants to live their life average. I don't think anybody wakes up and want to be average and poor and mediocre. I don't think anybody wants that. But what I want you to understand, if you want to play like life on a high level, stop explaining yourself to all these people. Just say, thank you, good, awesome, on it. That's awesome. Does that make sense? If you got a millionaire mentor, let me bring some context. If you got a millionaire mentor, a person that's doing better than you, whatever, financially, and they say something that you don't like, I don't care what they say. They say something. They're not hitting you. They're not touching, but they say something, and they say it in a certain tone that you don't like. So what? Suck it up. Why allow that person to make you angry when they're probably even right? I've mentored a lot of people. I'm tough. The only reason I'm tough when I mentor people, because I call it like it is, and they don't like it. People hate pressure. They just hate it. If I say, well, say somebody was late. Hey, man, you're late. Well, I was doing, I don't care. Why wouldn't you hear? People don't like that. But those same people that don't like that want to be rich and wealthy and independent, and they want to be the boss. But what I want you to understand, these are the foundations of becoming that type of person, because the person that's talking to you, Well, they're successful. How do you think these people got to where they are? Because they had to stop bullshit. They had to stop making excuses. They had to stop complaining. They had to stop explaining everything. Well, this is why I couldn't do this. Well, this is why. I don't care. I want you to understand that now. Like, if someone say, well, I don't care, you should, and you shouldn't get upset and get mad and get pissed because it doesn't serve you. That person is living their dream. You're not. You're trying to create yours. Many of you that follow me are going to just be bitter people. You're going to be so bitter. And you're bitter because you're not getting what you want. And you're not getting what you want because of your inability to manage and to analyze your emotions. Your emotions is the reason why you're poor. Your emotions is the reason why you're fat. Your emotions is the reason why you're sick. Your emotions is the reason why you're not on top. The reason why you're unlucky. It's your emotions. It's not like people are out to get you. No one's against you. It's you. It's your failure to mature. It's your failure to understand that this is a period of my life that, you know what, it's not because there's no opportunities out there. It's not because I don't have mentorship. It's not because I'm in the wrong family. I need to learn how to manage how I feel when things happen to me. Can I get an amen, please? Okay? That's the key. When things happen to you, what do you do? How do you respond? How do you respond internally? How do you feel when someone tells you, you stupid, you're a bitch, you're a dumbass, you'll never make it, you lost, you were late, why wouldn't you hear? Why didn't you do that? When someone talked to you in that tone, how do you interpret that information? Some of you are puppets. You are controlled by others. And you're controlled by others is the reason why you can't progress. And if you don't believe me, look at your life now. Look around. Look where you are. Look where you drive. Look at the money that's in the bank account. Think about the relationships you have with people. When people think about you, watch this. When people think about you, what is the first word that they think about? Do they think kind, nice, compliant, disagreeable, angry, sad, depressed, despondent? What is the first word that people think about when they think about you? Hard worker, lazy, fat, procrastinator. What I want you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, you're doing it to yourself. If you're having a crappy experience with people, you're doing it to yourself. I don't have a crappy experience with anyone. Now, when certain people, when they're around me, is it possible for me to get annoyed? Yes. Yeah, I can get annoyed. Absolutely. But I think about it, say, okay, why am I annoyed? Okay, what is my outcome? For example, say with my team. Say I have my team do something that annoys me. Instead of responding, I think, okay, why am I annoyed? Well, I'm annoyed because they're not doing it the way that they should do it. Well, what is my outcome? Well, I want them to do it this way because it's not that I want them to do it this way. I just want them to get this result. Okay, great. So really, you just want them to get this result. So what do I need to do to allow that to happen? That's called intelligence. Instead of just going back at another person, being argumentative, I defer, I disagree, blah, blah, blah. Instead of just doing that, listen, I'm teaching you guys some skills here. I want you to understand that the reason why that you're not even progressing, in your areas of the life that you would like to progress in, it's because of this lack of emotional regulation. You're not spending time and thinking about why are you feeling a certain way. I give you another example. Say if you want to make money in the business, you're not making money in your business. Are you upset about that? Are you annoyed about that? Are you irritated about that? Do you feel stuck? Do you feel lost? Why? Ask yourself. You may say, well, I've been working in this business for 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, but nothing's happening. I feel lost. Why do you feel lost? Well, I feel lost because nothing is happening. What do you mean nothing is happening? Nothing? Unpack that. What do you mean nothing? Well, I'm not bringing in money. You know, the money's not coming in based off my activity. So does it mean that just because you put in activity, that it's going to be a guarantee that you get money? Well, no. I mean, I understand you have to grow the business, but I want it now. Well, why do you want it now? Like, why is it so important for you to get the money right now? Why is it so important for you to have the millions or the $10,000 a month, like right now? Why is it so important now? This is a demonstration of emotional intelligence. You're asking yourself questions about your own emotions, getting clarity on the outcome. See, a person that runs, how many of you run a business, but the business is not making the type of money that you wanted to make? Give me a thumbs up. All of you that's running a business, and if you feel that your business is not progressing, you have to ask yourself, okay, and I don't feel good about it not progressing because I feel that too many things are happening. Okay, great. Things are happening in the business. Why do you feel the things that are happening in the business is the reason why you're not making progress? Well, because I'm doing everything. You know, I'm doing everything to make this thing work. Question, are you doing everything to make it work? Everything? Let's analyze your entire day for 24 hours. When you wake up, what time do you wake up? What do you do right after that? Who are you talking to? Are you on social media? Like, are you scrolling through TikTok and looking at reels all day? Are you having random conversations with random people? Like, what are you doing for the entire 24 hours of the day? Since you said everything that you're doing, that you're trying to do to make it work. My question is, and this is the question you have to ask yourself, well, what am I actually doing throughout my day? Let me give myself a schedule so I can see what am I doing every hour of the day. So I can actually measure if what I'm doing aligns with who I want to be. Okay. Listen, write this down. Life is about solving problems, period. It's not about having peace. It's not about having a ton of money. It's not about having loving relationships. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you learn how to solve problems, emotional problems, you'll get all these things. You'll get a beautiful wife, a beautiful husband that you love and they love you. You'll make so much money you can never spend it. Like, you'll make so much money you won't have the ability or opportunity to spend it all. You have the body of your dreams. You'll not only look healthy, you'll feel healthy. You'll feel good. You'll never want food that will contaminate your body. You know, some food you say, oh, I just gotta have that. You won't eat it anymore. Why? Because even the food that some of you eat, you have an emotional response to it, which means it just makes you feel good, doesn't it not? That's why we eat the food, because, you know, people say, oh, what's my second language? Food, dummy. You eat food to feel good because you've been taught that and you've been fed that. No, you eat food to live well. Food is not just about pleasure, just like sex. See, when you guys think about sex, you think about pleasure, right? Oh, yeah, I want to have sex. I want to come. Well, sex is just not about pleasure. Sex is about connection. Sex is about a deeper understanding of of two people's experience with each other. It's not just pleasure, man. It's not just ejaculating or coming. No. But that's all you've been taught. Just about food, alcohol, smoking. Folks, all of you lack education. You lack education. You haven't educated yourself about the emotions that you feel about things that you feel that you are addicted to. And you know how you educate yourself? It's so simple. You don't have to read a book. You don't have to go to a class. You educate yourself just by asking yourself questions. It's easy. Hey, why do I like this so much? You know, I keep saying I have a sweet tooth. Why do I say that? Well, because you like sweets. Well, why do I like sweets? Well, because they taste good. Okay. But is there anything else that tastes good that I can eat instead of this? Why do I feel so? Why do I call it an addiction? Is it really addiction? How does it make me feel? Well, can I feel this way without eating that? Like, do I have to always eat the French fries, the burgers, and the tacos, and the hot dogs, and the donut just to feel good for a second? Like, do I have to do that? See, this is a question you ask yourself. And you're like, well, no, I don't have to. So why do you do it? Well, because I want to. Why do you do it? Well, why do you want to? Because it makes me feel good. Is there anything else that makes you feel good other than that? Like, is there anything else that makes you feel good other than that? You have to ask yourself these questions. This is educating yourself, because now you are rewiring your brain in a way that now when you think about pleasure, you just don't think about, well, let me go just eat some dessert. Let me go have me some asparagus. I know some of you are like, what? I'm not eating asparagus. Yeah, some people do. There's some people that eat vegetables with pleasure. There's some people who are celibate and they feel pleasure by being celibate. Some people feel pleasure going to the gym, while you don't feel no pleasure going. You're like, I don't feel no pleasure going. Some people get off. They can bust a nut going to the gym. That's how good it feels for them. Some people love working. I mean, I get it. Yeah, most of you don't like work. Some people just can't wait to work. They just love it. Pleasure. Some of you get pain. Oh, I don't want to work. Oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, I got to get up. So what I want you to understand is, like, it might sound crazy that pleasure is eating asparagus compared to donuts. But all I want you to understand, there are people on this planet that exist that feel that way. They feel pleasure eating vegetables, salads, drinking beet juice. They feel pleasure. The issue is the people that you are around, they don't. They want to be foolish. They want to do whatever the fuck they want to do. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. I don't care if I fuck up my body, fuck up my life, make all these stupid decisions. I don't care. And then when they're 30, 45, and 50, and 60, they regret it all. They look at themselves, they say, God damn, I'm fat. I'm so unhealthy. Why do my skin looks like this? Oh my God. And you know what they do? People 40 plus, now let's go to the surgeries. Let's fix this immediately. I need a facelift. I need a Botox. I need a BBL. I need a skin graft. I need all this stuff. I need to fix myself right now. Same thing with people's finances. They fuck it all up. They have bad credit, no money to their name. They're 30, 35, 40 years old. Now they're trying to buy every program on the internet, listen to every motivational video, listen to all the entrepreneurs that's winning, and they're trying to make this money as fast as humanly possible because they feel that they're running out of time and they need to fix this now because they can't stand the financial situation that they buried themselves in. And I know I'm right. You don't have to say that I'm right. I know that I am. Okay? Repeat after me. Life is about solving problems. You want to play the game at a high level? You know what playing game at a high level means? Getting what the hell you want out of life. I get what I want always. I always get what I want. Always. Just the truth. I always get what I want. If I want something, I'm going to get it. Whatever I have to do to get it, I will. Why? Because I'm willing to solve the emotional problems. I know when I need to evaluate my own emotional experience to get what I want. And it's okay for me. I don't care. I know if I need to act a certain way to get what I want, I'm going to act that way. No problem. I don't care. I have no thoughts about it. I just act that way because what matters for me is my outcome. What matters to you is the experience. That what's happening in the moment, that's what bothers you, not me. I'm just thinking about the outcome. I say, you know, what is the outcome I want from this conversation? What is the outcome I want from this person, this business deal, or whatever? What is the outcome? Okay, I want that. Okay, great. So I adjust my emotions to align with what I want. And I'm an expert at it. And I want you to become an expert at it as well. Does it take time? It does. Because that visceral feeling that we have in our body about certain things, when we get mad, get sad, get upset, you know, whatever feeling that you feel that vibrates on the lower scale, I get it. It feels so like it can make your stomach hurt. It can, and that's just stress. That's cortisol, by the way. That's just the stress hormone that you're just proliferating in your body, which will kill you as well. And you just allowing that stress hormone just to hit every inch of your body. That's going to completely adulterate, contaminate, and damage your entire body. Because you're allowing that stress hormone to take over. I just don't do that. Now, I can say I'm sorry. And I wouldn't even care. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you feel that way. And I apologize. Or I love you. I care about you. Like, I have no problem with... Now, before, I did have a problem doing that. Because I didn't know how to manage my emotions. I didn't know how to do any type of emotional regulation here. Like, I was just like you at one time. I wanted to avoid problems. I didn't want any problems. I didn't want anybody to piss me off, make me sick, make me mad. I didn't want nothing. I want everything to go my way. But I realized if I want things to go my way, I had to educate myself on the topic of my own emotional experience. That's it. I just had to learn. And that's what you have to do as well. Life is about solving problems. You got to continue to solve problems for the rest of your life until you die. The great Norman Vincent Peale said, problems is a sign of life. Like, if you got problems, that means you are living, my friends. The only people that have no problems are the people that's in the graveyard. Everybody has problems. Jeff Bezos, he's rich. He has problems. He just has different problems than you. The poorest of the poorest have problems, and the richest of the richest have problems. So what? We solve them, though. We don't spend a lot of time on the problems. See, poor and average folks, they spend a lot of time on the issues, the problems, and the challenges. Oh, I got this problem. What am I going to do? Oh, my God, what am I going to do? I can't believe this happening. Why they do this like this? And why they do? We don't do that. We just solve them immediately. Okay, what do I need to do to fix this shit immediately? And I'm not going to think about it anymore. I'm just going to fix it. I'm going to get the outcome. I don't care what happened in the past. I don't care what happened 2 hours ago. What is the goddamn outcome? Because that's all that matters. You got to remember that. It's all that matters. It's not about what you're talking about. Some of you talk about, like a tree. You can talk about a tree and talk about, well, we're going to have leaves here. We're going to have oranges here. It's going to be grown. It's going to be big. It's going to be amazing. Okay, great. But where's the goddamn tree? What I want you to understand that people don't care about the vision of anything, by the way. I can talk about how I'm going to be a billionaire. I'm going to be this. I'm going to have jets and this. They're going to be like, well, where's the jet? Where's the billions of dollars? What I want you to, no one cares like what you talk about. People care about the outcome. Are you able to get what you want? Did you get what you wanted? Are you just crying and bitching about it? Are you just complaining and explaining on why you couldn't do this and why you couldn't do that and why this happened there? People don't care. That's what you have to understand. Listen, I can talk the way I want to talk on this rant right here, but at the end of the day, I'm rich. So people are like, well, but he is rich. He's an asshole. I can't stand Wesley. But he's getting what he wants. Like, he is living a good life. Every time we see this man on the camera, he has a smile on his face. God damn, it's been like 5, 10 years. I don't know. Well, I mean, he doing something right. I don't see Wesley ever talking about struggle and how hard something is and he can't believe this. I've never heard Wesley complain about anything. I've never heard it. So, I mean, maybe I don't like him, but I got to respect him because he's living, and his emotional experience is the emotional experience that I want to live. Like, I want to be positive like that. I want to be optimistic. I want to have that type of energy. I want that too. So maybe I can't stand the man. Maybe I had him. I got to respect him because he's living the experience emotionally on how I want to live. Many of you are like one change away from being the person that you're supposed to be, just by changing how you feel, your emotions. If you're sitting there sad, upset, angry, pissed off, whatever emotion that you like, you're choosing that. What I want you to understand that you don't have to choose to feel that way. Just because there's no money in the bank account, just because somebody broke up with you, you're in a divorce, you overweight, you just got diagnosed with a disease. What I want you to understand that you don't have to choose emotions that don't serve you. You don't have to. You don't have to giggle and kiki with friends on the phone about, man, they did this and that person did this and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this happened and this. What I want you to understand, it doesn't serve you. It's just a futile, stupid conversation that's going to die on the phone. And it may make you more angry, and it may validate more how you feel, but you still lose. See, a man or a woman loses when he or she doesn't know how to get what he or she wants. That's my definition of a loser. A loser is a person that doesn't have the ability to get what he or she wants. Anything. A winner, they get what they want, and they do whatever it takes to do it. Which one are you? Okay? Which one are you? And sometimes to be a winner, you got to manage your emotions. You got to evaluate your emotions. You got to analyze them a little bit. Man, you know, why am I feeling this way? I don't need to feel this way, man. Let me let that go. Let me move on. You know, this person maybe is telling me that in my best interest. You know, this is not negative. You know, I'm saying this is negative, but maybe this negative is helping me to become a person that I want to be. See, another thing you have to think about as well, ladies and gentlemen, think about who you're talking to. Many of you are talking to people who are no better than you. Like, why would you get upset when you're talking to people who are no better than you? Financially, their body, their health. Like, they're no better than you. Why do you even care? Think about it for a second. You should care more about a person that's physically fit, financially astute, communicate well, have a sense of emotional intelligence. Yeah. That's when you should feel a certain way. But why would you feel a certain way when the person is they unhealthy, don't care about what they eat, don't care about what they do, don't care about how they feel, how they make other people feel, don't care about the bank account, the money that's in their money. I mean, they don't care about nothing. So why do you care about what they think about you? Why do you care about their words? Who cares? You should say, good, thank you. See, when I'm dealing with people, I always know the type of people that they spend time with. Like when I mentor, or even when people reach out to me in the DM, and I help certain people sometimes, in the DM or whatever, but I always know the type of people that they spend time with. It's obvious. The way that they speak, the way that they complain and explain and this, and I just know. Like, I know they're not around winners, because most people that reach out to me, they just have that loser mentality, that loser behavior. Not everybody, but they just do. They're like, well, this happened and this, what I do with this? And it's just like they're always playing this fucking victim role. And that tells me that, well, yeah, you're spending time with Pookie and Ray Ray. And we know what Pookie and Ray Ray is. Pookie and Ray Ray, he and she is a procrastinator, lazy. Pookie and Ray was the person that tried to give you the impression that they doing everything. Oh, I'm doing everything. I'm working hard. But they ain't doing shit. They don't even know what fucking work really is. They think they doing no, I'm focused. You're not fucking focused. Like, we know that. Even though you say it out of your mouth. No, I'm focused, man. I'm focused. But we understand those people, they just say that shit because it makes other people like themselves feel good. Oh, I'm focused, man. I'm focused. I'm focused. Yeah, I'm getting this, man. I'm going to do what I got. I'm working hard. No, you're not. We know that because we just listen to you. The way that you talk, the way that you behave, your man, it tells the story. And then the outcome. It's like meeting a person that works out in the gym. Say, oh, yeah, I work out 5 days a week, man. I'm hitting hard. I go 2 hours every single day. But you got a big old bloated fat ass stomach. You got man titties. You got a double chin. What are you talking about? You got fat all around your body. You don't look good in the bathing suit at all. But you're talking about that you work 5 days a week. You eat salads and you eat salmon and fish every day. No. What I want you to understand, you know this, people don't care what you say. They looking at your body. It's like, well, your body doesn't match what you're saying. It's just like a relationship. You can't tell them, oh, I love you so much, but you just cheat and do this and treat her like shit and curse her out. Is that love? That doesn't even make sense. But that's how a lot of you are. But I call you out. Okay? That's what I do as a mentor. That's why I get paid so much, because I'm going to call you out. And I don't care how pissed off you get. You can be, let me tell you something. Even for my children, they can be mad at me. They can be pissed at me. But you're going to respect me, though. Because the journey that you're on right now, I've been there. I've already been there, man. I've reached, I'm actually experiencing my dreams. They're happening. You're trying to work on yours. So I never get upset. When people got, upset at me, I don't care. I really don't. It don't bother me too much. Because I know I'm playing game at a high level. And I know they don't get it yet. They will if they stay around me. See, there's two things you can happen with me. You're either going to get away from me, or you're going to be around me, get closer, and deal with it, and then you're going to raise your game. But I'm not going to go to your level. No, it's impossible. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. See, it's different. See, ladies and gentlemen, it's different if you're dealing with a person, even in life, even in your inner circle, if they're not getting the results and they talking all this shit. And they talking all this hot shit, but they're not getting no results. The person's telling me they working out, but they fat. A person that's talking about they working in their business every day, but they have $500 in the bank account, 600 credit score. Like, listen, no. But if you're talking to a person that's actually got the fruits, like they got the outcome, you got to respect that. You could be pissed at them, but you got to respect them because they got what you want, which is freedom. They're winning. Can I get an amen to that? And I know some of you don't want to come with the word amen because of your emotions. And it's okay. Some of you can't say amen because you can't manage your emotion because your beliefs. You say, well, no, man, I don't believe that. Oh, I don't agree with you. Oh, no, man. No, whatever. Like, I want you to understand, and I'm going to say this from the top of my heart, I don't give a damn. Like, I don't care if you don't believe me. I don't care if you don't agree with it. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just a messenger. I do this to fulfill my purpose. That's it. I love it. I love what I do. And I'm only talking because, and I only talk this way because I got the life to back it up. I mean, my life is beautiful. It's gorgeous. I have a gorgeous life. That's why. I'm not like you. I'm not just talking to be talking. Like, I'm not talking about what I'm going to do. I'm not talking about what will happen. I'm talking what's happening. That's why I'm qualified to talk to you. Does that make sense? Hey, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Hit the like and share button. If you got any value here, hit the like and share button. Man, this was one of the best Sunday mindset messages that I've ever done. Hit the like and share button below if you agree as well. Remember, this will be uploaded to Spotify. And listen, if you love the message, if you're going to apply it, and I know some of you loved it, some of you did not like it. But if you did, hit the like and share button, okay? Show me some love. I'm not going to ask you for money. I don't have a collection plate here. I just want you to get it. I want to make an impact. And I want you in a couple of months, in a couple of years to say, man, that what Wesley said, it helped me. And maybe I don't like Wesley sometime, but I respect him. Because this man is living the life that I would like to live. He's free. He's free financially, emotionally, spiritually. This man is doing exactly what I would like to do. I want to have the experience. It's not that I want all the cars that he have. It's not because I want to travel the way he travels, but I want to feel the way that he feels. And it seems like he feels good. He feels with complete joy every second of the day. And that's what I want. And if I have to understand that life is about solving problems, then God damn it, I'm going to solve problems. And I want to solve the biggest problems they have, because I understand that if I solve big problems, I get big checks. Can I get an amen to that? Much love. This is Wesley, $1 Billion Virgin, and let's go.